Hello YouTubers, hello Intel fanboys and NVIDIA users. I'm making this video to basically share my overclocking results as well as some knowledge that you may or may not know. So basically, to jump in, my rig is a 780i SLI motherboard. It's the non for the Win edition. I'll actually talk about that a little bit more later because there are differences between the two. Only hardware wise, and that's the catch. My processor is a Intel Q66. It's a quad core for those that don't know that. Stock, it runs at 2.8 gigahertz, and currently running at 3.49, which rounds up to 3.5, and that's what it's displayed as. So as far as my voltages go, my V-core is set to 1.5000. The front side bus is set to 1.45. My SPP is set to 1.5. The MCP is set to 1.65. The HT SPP is set for 1.4. And my CPU PLL, which is not shown on the regular 780i BIOS, is set to 1.7. So for people with the For the Win edition, you have a couple extra features that aren't included with the regular 780i BIOS. One of which, like I said before, is the CPU PLL voltage. Another one is the CPU V-drop. So both of these features are for the Win edition only. However, that doesn't mean that you can't enable these features on your old system. Now, what I mean by that is you basically take one piece of software and you write it onto a piece of hardware that wasn't originally intended for it. In doing so, you unlock features that weren't originally on that piece of hardware. For example, flashing the For the Win edition to the original 780i board. So basically, a couple days ago, I ended up coming across a forum. It's an overclocking forum that basically deals with the 780i as well as all the Intel CPUs. And I came across a post that somebody left. It was the only post of its kind on the whole forum. And what he said was that you can buy the 780i For the Win edition BIOS chip, and you can actually pop out the old one and put the For the Win edition BIOS chip in it, and it would function. So I found this post very intriguing. However, I didn't want to go on eBay and actually buy one of these chips. I wanted to just flash my original BIOS chip with a new BIOS. However, I wasn't able to figure that out up until recently. So as with most BIOS files, there's always these checksums which you have to somehow get around. And for those of you who have actually updated your system BIOS via the NVIDIA control panel, which is a part of the Entune software, I believe, you're not going to actually be able to update your 780i to the 780i For the Win edition BIOS. It just won't work. Now, in order to update your system BIOS, you're going to actually want to download a program called Onboard Flash. I'll provide links for all the software that you're going to need. And basically what you got to do is you got to download that, and you got to put it on either a floppy disk, or you have to put it on a USB flash drive. And I'm sure you can actually boot this off a CD as well, as long as the CD has DOS emulation. So basically, after you have all your files and they're written to your CD, your USB, or your floppy, you basically want to turn off your computer, and you're going to want to boot into that device. Now, obviously, I have a USB, a bootable USB, which loads Windows 98 and then gives me a command prompt. And then from there, I end up typing AWD flash, then the BIOS image, which obviously I have named to 780i For the Win.bin. And then you're going to want to type space /SN, that's Sierra November, /PY, that's Papa Yankee, and then you want to type in /Foxtrot. Obviously, I'm going to have those posted right on the video. That way you can actually read them very easily. And then once you do that, it's going to ask if you want to program, and you have to type in Yankee, which is Y, or N for no. And then it'll do the flash. And after you're done with the flash, you're going to boot up into the new 780i for the Win Edition BIOS on your original 780i motherboard. So basically, when I did this, I was taking a 50-50 chance. Either it was going to work or it wasn't going to work. I ended up finding out that it did work, and I'm very, very pleased. And those of you who actually still use the 780i board, I would recommend that you actually do update. I haven't seen any stability issues as far as I know. As far as I know, that the 780i BIOS is actually completely bug-free. So they say. And like I said, I'm going to provide all these links for everything that you're going to require. Please feel free to leave your comments at the end of the video. I'll try and get back to them as soon as possible. Hopefully this video is very educational and helps you out.